Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. This morning I have a 2018 Cimarron 3-horse side load, full rear tack, and Outlaw Pro Line XP conversion up front. This is a used inventory piece that came in on trade. I think they're just upgrading to a newer model. Came in from North Carolina. It's been serviced through our shop, so it is ready to go. And what I do when these used trailers come in is I will try and take time to go walk around them out on the lot and just check them out, really run through them myself personally, inside and outside, and see what I can find, just so my customers are aware when they text me and they say, hey, what does this one look like? What condition is it in? That sort of thing. I've been around this one. I have yet to find anything other than just normal wear and tear that you would expect from a 2018. I cannot find scratches, dents, stings, anything cosmetic like that. It's just going to be, again, normal use. Otherwise, very, very clean trade-in. So I'm excited to bring it to you. Before we get to this trailer, we're going to pull up that Cimarron drawing and just run through those dimensions that everyone wants to know. So on this trailer, we are looking at a 13.2 short wall. That's going to be our Outlaw Pro line. Up front is 13.2. That gives us a total floor length of 29 feet 9 inches. So just shy of that 30-foot mark. Super great size here. 8 foot wide, 7'10" tall. You have that 9-foot sheeted hay rack up top, so you are getting your full 7'10" height inside this trailer as well. And then you've got that 2-foot short wall rear tack back there. So again, less than 30 feet on the floor here. We've got that 8.2 nose because it doesn't have that enclosure. So really good size, jam-packed with lots of good stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it. Before we step in, as I mentioned, this is your Outlaw conversion, but this is their Pro Line XP interior. So what that means is you're not lacking any quality. You're still getting that same real true hardwood, great insulated, well-built, good craftsmanship Outlaw conversion. You're just getting a pre-packaged interior. So you're not going to get that crocodile leather, exotic leather, fancy fine finishes there. You're just going to get pre-packaged basic options, basic finishes, but still true good quality with your Outlaw there. And then down here we've got 2 exterior outlets that you have on your outside. So you're going to have plug-ins right here. And then we do have an electric awning. Again, I'm not pushing it out. You guys can see it's incredibly windy here today, but you do have an electric awning that will push out right here and give you guys that outdoor living space. So I will go ahead and put this on our holdback while we step in here. Again, that's that wind holdback right there. You guys can see we have our soft touch finishing here on the door. And then this does snap down, but behind that we do have a sliding bus window right there. But got that blackout feature right there. And then we do have a roll-in screen door right there. But we'll go and step in this trailer and check it out. So we'll kind of start just up here towards the front and work our way back around. So here we have a corner seat, a corner lounge right here. Just that kind of corner couch, extra seating area is a great spot to sit and relax right inside your door. It's not going to make a sleeping area, but it gives you guys a really comfortable place to sit and relax and hang out. You do have your couch in the slide out, and then we have our TV up there on a swivel. So this is just kind of an extra spot to sit when you want to eat your dinner and watch TV right here. And below us, we do have a cabinet. So that is one thing that Outlaw really does a phenomenal job at, is just making sure they utilize all of their space and get you as much storage as possible in these trailers. They really do an excellent job there. Up above, continuing our theme of storage and cabinetry, we have a double door closet right there with a shelf in the middle. Step around so you guys can see that. I like to just open everything in these videos because we don't open them in the photos online. We do have great, very extensive photo gallery of these trailers, but we don't open the cabinets. So there you guys can see another cabinetry option. Now up in the nose, we do have a full queen size mattress. We're gonna have bus windows on each side. They are sliders, so you can slide and get some ventilation there. And then of course they're also kick out emergency exits as well. They do have day and night blinds. You have an additional light switch up front. And then up at your headboard, you've got additional cabinetry storage space. Also just a great spot for extra pillows, blankets, extra sleeping material you guys can throw in there, so you guys can pull that out if you do get cold or something. You do have an outlet up there as well, so when you are charging those phones, Apple Watches, that sort of thing, you've got outlets up there. And then continuing around to your left, we have a second TV, another 24-inch TV on a swivel mount. You guys can see that little silver ring below it. You're going to pull that and then it swivels out on a pivot arm. And then right below that, a little small cabinetry right there for extra storage. Again, storage, you're going to hear that a lot in these trailers. Outlaw does a phenomenal job. But as we back up, we're going to be checking out an additional wardrobe closet. So a hanging closet is going to be right here at your feet. I'll let you guys step in and look at that one. We do have the one rod up at top, so you guys can hang all of your rodeo shirts, show outfits, but also you guys can see it you don't have the double rod below. So now this is giving you additional space if you want to hang something even longer. Great spot for that right there. And if not, if you're just hanging shirts up top and you have all this down below, you guys can you could stack jeans down there, stack pants down there. You could throw in, I've lived out of an LQ before, so you can kind of get those fabric boxes to stick down in there. You could stack a couple deep in there, throw your socks and underwear in those, your smaller items, and store those really well. Again, lots of options, and you guys can really utilize these to fit your needs. And I'm always happy to help with ideas that I've learned from living out of one myself. Down here, you guys will see, our storage cabinet ended about right there. You guys will see we don't have any cabinetry right here. You have a 40-gallon fresh water tank under in this area. So that's what that is. That's gonna be your water storage. But you did get another outlet right there. Now over here, we have an electric slide out. So because it's electric, we cannot do water on the slide out, which is why you do not have your fresh water under your sofa. You've got it on your drop wall over there, because you can't do that much weight in your electric. But you did get a sofa right here. So again, sofa, when you're watching, your TV is going to be over there, which we'll check that out. But great seating area here, works as another sleeping area as well. But when you are sitting here, you guys will see this metal piece kind of built into the slide out down here, and I'll show you when we get to the bathroom. But we do have a table that screws in right there. So you guys have the countertop space right here. If you wanted to use that dual purpose as you're cooking, you can use that as extra countertop space. Also, if you're working remotely, working from home, a great spot to set your laptops, computers, notebooks, pens, pencils, paper, all that good stuff. Or if you're just going to eat dinner off of this and watch TV, you do have that table that screws in right there. While you guys are down there, extra storage as well. So because we don't have the water tank under there, we have this full space for storage. Again, pillows, blankets, extra sleeping items. You guys probably could fit that table under there if you wanted to put the table under there and get it out of your bathroom closet. Looks like that would fit really well under there. Tons of good storage space. And then I will show you how this slides down into your bed. And then I will always demonstrate being 6 foot tall is a good point of reference for exactly what kind of sleeping space you get here. So again, in a pinch, you can do 2 side by side. It is pretty comfortable. You got 2 smaller kids, 3 smaller kids you could fit on here. Or you could always sleep diagonal and fit someone a little bit longer as well. But again, I'm 6 feet and I fit pretty comfortably on there. And then to push it back in, you're going to push a little bit on here and then pull on this one and just kind of work it back in. Very easy to do. You're going to have 3 windows all the way around with day and night blinds. So day and night blinds meaning right now this is going to be on our day setting. So it is, you guys can still see through it. You can see out, you can see what's going on. It's going to let in some light. But if you're working right here off your computer, you're not going to have that glare with that really harsh sunlight coming in. And then night blind, meaning you can pull it down. So now you can't see out, they can't see in. It's going to block out a lot more light there, especially if you're horse showing out of a fairgrounds. You're parked next to someone else who still has their lights on out there. Great to be able to block that out and get some good sleep. And additional storage up here as well. You guys can fit some smaller items in there. This centerpiece is not a partition. It does go all the way through, so you can store longer items in there as well. Stepping back here, we have our 6.0 fridge freezer combination. Gets you some really good storage space in there for bringing all your cold items on the road with you. You have your furnace down below, and then you have extra cabinetry storage space up top. Again, that is deep. It goes all the way to the back. Same depth as your fridge freezer there. Continuing on with the rest of our kitchen, while we're talking about that, we do have a 2-burner cooktop right here, kind of recessed with your glass cover. So you do get a little bit of additional countertop space here. And it doesn't really limit you that bad on pot and pan size because it's not full deep down in there. Below that, I like to open all the drawers and show you guys how much space you're getting. Again, because they're not open in our photographs online. With these kitchen ones, they always get bigger, deeper as they go. So really great storage in your kitchen with these drawers. This one will come with manuals from original purchase. Below our sink. Extra counter space or storage space. I really like that this one has that small shelf right there. So when you are using your sink, that's going to be a great spot for sponges and scrubbers right there. Kitchen sink's right over that. So it's got the separation down the middle, 2 different sides there. Really wide sink. You do have a window behind that. Again, you're gonna have day and night blinds on all of those, but sliding bus window will get you some ventilation through there. Working our way up, we've got our AM FM radio, also controls our speakers for our TVs. You guys can see these are labeled right here, outside speakers 1 and 2. And then this will control your inside speakers. You can also do DVDs, CDs, and auxiliary as well. That's going to be that living space TV for your corner seat and your sofa. Your secondary 24-inch TV there. We've got storage beside it. That goes deep. It goes all the way back in there. And that's got a center shelf. And we'll have storage above it. Glove off. And then this guy will pop open there. So that's going to be how you're going to pivot that to face it where you want it. It does have a chain there, so it's not going to let you go too far. Got all of our remotes in there and more storage space behind there. As we pass by this wall back into our bathroom, we've got our thermostat right here. It's going to control your ducted furnace. You guys will see ventilations everywhere, vents everywhere for that furnace. It is ducted through here. You also have an AC unit on here, so that's going to control that. And then your tank levels and your water pump will be controlled right there. We do have a pocket door stepping back into our bathroom, so you have privacy there. And then we'll start here, work our way around. We've got really good wardrobe double rod hanging space right here. So you're going to get tons of hanging space for all those shirts, horse show shirts, rodeo shirts, change of clothes right here. And then I mentioned that tabletop. That's where it stores. You guys will see it's got that buckle right there, so it does kind of lock into place and hold it right there. But as you can see, it looks like it would also fit underneath your sofa if you wanted to eliminate it out of here. Down below, it's labeled water pump. That's going to be access to your water pump down there. Outlaw really does a phenomenal job of just labeling everything so you are aware of where everything is. And should you ever have any questions on your Outlaw, even though this is not a new trailer, does not come with warranties, you do still own an Outlaw, so you do have access to 24/7 tech support or customer support with Outlaw. We have a mirror right here, somewhat full length, so great when you are changing out of this trailer to go horse show or rodeo and see what you're doing. Toilet down here. And then we do have a pass-through on this one. A lot of customers love the pass-through for mudroom, entrance access, secondary access, straight into their bathroom. They can drop all their change of clothes in their stud wall, step in here, take a shower, rinse off. You guys will check this out when we get to our stall area as well, but it's got a stud wall and then it's got the escape door entrance without a manger. So you guys can open and close that one from out there, step in, get in here, and lock everything behind you as you go. Bathroom vanity over here does have your full medicine cabinet, and it does have 2 doors on it. So you're going to have your one smaller door over here and your one bigger door here, but they lead to the same place. There's no partition, so you can still access everything Everything's got that lip on it, so when you do travel, nothing's going to slide out and jump out and get you when you open these mirrors after you get to where you're going. We've got our smaller bathroom sink down here, which is perfect. You don't need a huge sink in the bathroom. Rather have the extra counter space than the bigger sink when you're talking about back here. Got some outlets back there, so if you do have a straightener or a hair dryer, razor, you can plug all those in right there. Down below, access to some of your water systems there, and huge amount of storage in your bathroom. Great for extra toilet paper and paper towels down there. And then we do have your shower over here on magnetic doors, and then does have the removable shower head, which is down on the ground right now to indicate that it has been winterized. But I do stand in these. I'm 6 feet tall, so you guys can see. I've got shoes on too, so extra tall today. This trailer is 7'10", so even without the skylight, you have really great head clearance here. I feel very comfortable in this one, but then you do have the skylight above, which makes it feel taller and get taller. So if you are rinsing off, you guys can lift your shower head. I don't want to get antifreeze all over me, but you can lift that up all the way up over your head and have plenty of clearance in here. Doors are magnetic, so those will clip back together, but then you have a secondary latch as well. Step back out into our living space. Check this out one more time as you guys walk out. Again, 13.2 short wall. Gives you guys tons of good space in here. Queen size mattress up in the nose, 2 TVs, slide out sofa sleeper, counter or corner seat in here as well. Full kitchen, full bathroom. It's not really missing anything in this trailer. Furnace, AC, hat racks up here, screen door over here. And then as we step out, our little control board is what I'm always going to call it. We've got our awning electric I mentioned earlier, push of a button, that goes in and out. We're not doing it today due to the wind. Electric slide out, also push of a button goes in and out. All of your light switches, I told you everything's labeled on Outlaw. They do a great job. It's going to tell you what all these light switches do, what they control. And then down here we do have an Onan 4.0 gas generator on board. This switch right here does not turn it on and off. It just is going to turn on and off your fuel gauge. So you guys can see we've got half a tank. 54.9 hours on the gen. Very, very, very low hours. Looks like if they used this, they probably always had it plugged in, or they didn't use it a whole lot because it's a very clean trailer. Minimal hours. These gens do get fully serviced when they come in on trade, so it's been fully serviced and gone through. And then you can start it from in here as well. We'll step out of here and check out the rest of our Cimarron trailer now. I'm just going to go ahead and close our LQ door as we go, just due to the wind today. But this door and our tack room door both have a combo lock on it. So secondary lock, you also have a key lock. So we'll work our way back past our LQ now and get to the hip side of our trailer. We're going to have 3 tie rings per side, so you can tie up on either side, which is great because with a full rear tack, it's easy to go tie up and tack up off of each side. So great that you can do that on either side. We do have drop down windows on both sides. So on the hip side here, you're getting full drops without the jail bars because we are on hip side. We do have a built-in sliding bus window. So if you don't need this much ventilation, you don't have to have it. Pop those back up and then use your sliders instead. Down here we do have 2 8,000-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles on this one. They did have pretty new tires put on right before they traded it in. You guys can see they still got the stickers on them. They've got excellent, very deep tread on these ones. So we did not need to replace tires on this one, and they are 17.5s. This trailer is a side load due to the full width rear tack we've got back here. So this is going to be your side load ramp, extra wide here. So if your horses aren't so confident with this setup, they can really kind of step at it from any angle they want to. And of course, if you shut your tack room door back there, you've got tons of space for them to really just get confident and see where they're going as they step in. First divider right here is padded. We got padded dividers on these ones, and we have the bar type or the airflow dividers. Really makes it a very welcoming stall area. It really opens it up too. I like that they can really see through those dividers there. And then our first one's that stud wall I talked about. This is going to be the entrance to our bathroom right here. So you can step right in there and change your clothes. And that's going to be access. You guys can get, you can get to it from there. You can also get to it from your escape door over here, which, as I mentioned, does not have that manger on it. So you can lock it right behind you as you go. So now you can use this as your mudroom. You can get in from out there, lock it behind you, get into your bathroom, lock that one behind you, and then you're secured for the night. But a lot of people look for this setup because of that. If you're still going to tie a horse in here, you've got your 2 tie rings to use for tying up hanging feed bags or hay nets. You also have D-rings to hang a corner feeder as well if you wanted to go that route with it. There you're still going to have a drop-down window in that stall. And then as we step back, your second 2 are going to have the mangers. So I'll let you guys get past. And then check that out. You've got your feed trough in front of you on stalls 2 and 3. So you're going to have that space in front of them. And again, drop down windows to where you can step up on your trailer from the exterior and feed them, check on them as they're going down the road. We do have rubber mats on the floor in this one. Though we do have a third-party company that does install worm flooring. They do ship in the actual worm flooring from Worm Flooring in Oklahoma, and they can install it here in Colorado. So if you wanted to change out those rubber mats, that is something we can do here before you take it home. But this one will have the rubber mats with your aluminum floor underneath. Your Cimarrons are going to be on 4-inch centers. So you guys can check that out underneath the trailer. You guys will see V-shaped trusses every 4 inches. Lots of peace of mind, lots of confidence when I load my horses on my Cimarron at home because of just how strong that floor is. I know how big their hooves are, and I know when they step on there, no matter where they're stepping, they're on a floor support. So I love that about my Cimarron. We do have in your Norstar, so your horse trailer Cimarrons, all of your walls in here are lined and insulated. So you do have a fully lined and insulated stall area. Real comfortable for them back here. And then standard on all your Cimarrons is this roof. You guys will see it's a white material, looks the same up on top as well. It's actually a honeycomb fiberglass material, has an R3 thermal value. Let's talk about insulation there. That's keeping it 20 degrees warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. Also dent resistant up to a baseball size hill. So you guys can actually climb up there with your ladder, step over your hay rack and walk to the front of this trailer. You can jump up and down. It's not going to do anything to this roof. Adds a lot of structural integrity. But now with that roof and these walls, you have a fully insulated stall area. So super comfortable ride for these horses back here. I have a Cimarron at home that's just a 4-horse lane load. It's got the roof, it's got the lined and insulated walls, it's got rubber mats down below. It's a black sheeted on the outside, and it is still so much more comfortable to be in that stall area or in that tack room than it is to be outside a lot of the times. Over on our hip side, I want to point out that this trailer does have stall fans in there. So talk about being comfortable in here. If you are in the southern states where it gets pretty hot, you guys can turn on those stall fans with an extra switch from the outside. Get some more airflow through there. Again, drops on both sides as well as the insulated roof. And then we do have 2 of those Optibright LEDs, so you got lots of visibility light inside of this stall area. We do have 2-way roof vents over each stall as well, so really you can maximize airflow throughout this trailer. But we'll go and work our way back out of this trailer, and we're gonna go check out your full width rear tack. I love these rear tacks. Give you lots of good storage space. I've heard that from a lot of customers that once they have that, they won't go back, and it's probably because while they've had it, they've accumulated a lot of stuff, because I know that's how it worked for me, is that once I had that much tack space, I really just started collecting. It's easy to do for horse people. I'm just going to keep shutting things as we go just because of the wind here today. But we'll step around back here and check this out. So we've got everything fully carpeted. Starting with our door, you guys will see the carpets here as well. Sliding bus window for ventilation right here. I love that being right by your saddle pad, so you can get these guys aired out going down the road. They're on a gas shock, so they do flip open. You guys can throw your pads on and off super easy while it's like that. But I also love that being on a gas shock, you don't have any additional hardware right here to mess with, so you can still throw your pads on and off without having to flip that guy out. And then our brush tray right here. Great size, fits a lot of things. You can fit all your brushes right there. You can fit rubber bands, hoof picks. I've got extra treats in there, Chicago screws, salve to put in my horse's nose when he runs barrels. You can put liniment spray in there, fly spray, mane and tail detangler, all kinds of stuff. This fits everything. Your saddle racks also swing out. They're on a gas shock as well. You're going to have 3, being a 3-horse slint load. You guys, these are fully adjustable. You can take them all off. You can add more. So if you wanted a 4th one on there, you can do that. You guys can spread these out if you want more space. If you want to lower them to the ground, you can do whatever you want with these. It's just get you an adjustable wrench, loosen those, and slide them up and down on this track. These are their older style, which I had on mine. I did, before I took it home, I traded them out to the new style just because I know I love those ones. These ones have that same shape to them. I've heard good feedback about these ones as well, that they have this shape to fit up in the gullet of your saddle to really lock it on there and keep that from falling off. I'm going to push this guy in. Again, they're on a gas shock, right? They're supposed to be a little bit harder when they're empty, so they get easier when you throw saddles on there. So if they're a little bit stickier right now, just know when you throw your saddles on there, they get easier. So stepping up in here, again, I said fully carpeted. You're going to have a fully carpeted partition wall here. 1 long row of bridle hooks up high. If you need more space for bridle hooks, we can install a secondary row down here as well. Something our shop does all the time. But tons of good hanging space up there for your bridles, your tie downs, your extra halters, extra reins, all kinds of stuff over there. Back in this corner, we've got the back side of our fuel tank. I'll show you where we fill that on the outside. And then up above, we've got 2 of these extra long shelves. You guys will see these in our RTG front tacks on our Cimarrons, our runaround Cimarrons. These ones are just longer. They're still gonna have that 2-inch lip, and they're still gonna have the rubber mat inside of them. So good to get stuff stored up off the ground. All your smaller things. I've got ropes in there. I've got extra cinches. I've got all kinds of extra stuff. I've got extra corner feeders in there, or whatever. Just storage to throw up there and forget about it. But then down below, you have really good extra floor space down here. So in mine, I've got one of those rolling tack trunks from Home Depot. So I can visualize and see that this would fit really well in here. If you don't want to do floor space and have totes, you guys can get totes from Home Depot or rolling tack trunks. We could install more hooks over here if you want to go that route instead. If you wanted more hanging space, that's always an option. But you guys can get really creative and use this space for what works for you. And I love that about Cimarrons, is that they are built for many purposes, but also allow for some versatility and customization there. We do have a fold down step getting in and out of there. You guys saw me just use that. I didn't point it out, but nice, makes life a little bit easier versus stepping all the way up to here. You only got to get to there. And we've got those same rubber floor mats in our rear tack, which makes it really easy to keep that floor clean. Now you guys will see our easy angle ladder is out, demonstrating the angle that it makes getting up into the roof of your trailer. We can get up there to access our 9-foot sheeted hay rack. Also, that box on the back is our own 4.0 gas generator. The easy angle ladders are nice because it gives you the better angle versus climbing straight up and down. And they're very easy to use and slide. This one might need a little bit of grease, but we can still get that guy back up there and put away to travel. Just like that. And then over here, you're gonna have all your light switches. This is gonna control your left-hand side, your right-hand side, your stall lights, your tack room lights, and then you're gonna have one of these on that other post over there that controls your stall fans. Stepping around to our head side, I just mentioned that fuel tank for your generator. Your fill is right there. So you're gonna fill your gas right there for that fuel tank. Again, gas generator. I believe you'll have a 9-gallon fuel tank on this one. And then our head side, we do have drop-down windows over here as well. But these ones are going to give you the jail bars because they're on the head side. So safety, when you're traveling down the road, we don't really want our horses to get their heads out of the trailer. This keeps their heads in, but you do have the ability to drop these down. As I mentioned, if you wanted to get in there and refill those mangers, offer them some water, check on them, you guys can do that very easily. And with this one having mangers here, you've got the extra storage space within these doors. I always recommend just carrying an extra step stool. so you don't end up getting water splashed all over you. You can step up on a step stool and then get in there that way. But we had mangers on these 2 stalls, so we've got manger storage underneath these 2. And you will see in there right now we have our shore power cord, but good usable storage for other items. You can fit pitchforks, brooms, water buckets, grain bags. You can fit extra feed in there. And then our escape door. So this is going to be that exterior entrance, mudroom access into your bathroom, your stud wall for extra storage, or just your first horse's stall. You do have 2 latches. Because it didn't have that manger, you've got a secondary latch, so if your horse were to ever mess with this latch on the inside, they can't actually open the door. Now you guys can see it's going to be real easy if you're in your muddy clothes to just step in here, get right into the bathroom. If you want to just fill this with hay, grain, shavings, you're going down there with only 2 horses, always better to have the extra storage space. You guys can stack Rubbermaid tubs in there. Because you have that stud wall, nothing's going to slide through and get to their feet. Or if you just had a 3rd horse, they have a truss bar right here, so your horse cannot step out when you do open this door. And this door also does have that drop-down window. So when you do have a horse in there, they still have the full comforts and ventilation as all the other stalls. So now getting back to some LQ stuff, we have our city water connection right here. Remember we pointed out the water pump was in the bathroom at the bottom of that cabinet. That's because that's where your city water comes in right there and pumps the water through your trailer. Just the backside of some ventilation, some exhaust right here from your furnace. We have our shore power plug-in right there. So that's going to be your 30 amp service. Again, we saw that shore power cord, so that's going to be both of your full hookups are right here on this side. The back side of our electric slide out. Now, if you remember, I did not point it out, but hanging from the bridle hooks in that rear tack was a big, long, black metal bar, a little rod right there. So this little cutout right here, if you unscrew this and take off that aluminum plate, is going to be a manual override crank option for if something were to ever happen, your electric slide out failed, your batteries died, you didn't have plug-in, whatever else, if you needed to crank this back in, that little rod and this right here is an option to get this guy back in without power. So you'll never be stranded with your slide out. And then up on the front side of our slide out, we have fresh water fill right here directly into your 40-gallon tank, which is going to be on your drop wall underneath that closet up front. Now underneath your nose here, we've got dual electric over hydraulic jacks. They do work independently, which is great to have that so you can level out the trailer. Propane is going to be right here that feeds your furnace, your cooktop, your fridge. Up above, you've got an aluminum battery box. It is lockable. You're going to have 2 batteries in there as well as your battery disconnect switch. So you're going to want to leave that on when you are wanting to use your battery power, when you're running your generator or you're plugged into shore power. You want that on so it's charging your batteries. If you do stop somewhere, you are not going to use your trailer, you're not going to plug in, you're probably always just going to want to make sure you turn that off. That way if you left your bathroom light on, your stall fans, something like that, kicking that off will just kill power and you won't accidentally drain your batteries. Now hidden back behind this jack leg is going to be an exterior water spigot. Drains directly out of your 40-gallon water tank, so that's coming from your house water. We've got our 7-pin right here that plugs into our truck. Just kind of got a little storage spot right there. Standard 7-pin right there. Full-size matching spare tire right here. And then your second jack leg over here that work independently so you can level them out. They also have a manual override. Again, if something were to ever happen to your power, you can still override those. And then your black and gray sewer hose stores up there. Great spot for that. Really, it's just kind of dead space anyways, so good spot to store that versus having to keep it in your mangers or something. And then I just hooked up this trailer to haul it over here for this video. It does have an aftermarket hitch on here that is an auto locking. So when it goes down on the ball, this thing pops up and then drops back down to lock on there, which is kind of cool because then you don't really have to get into your bed. And if you have a flat bed, you can just reach over and do your safety chains. And then when you're unhooking, it's actually got this cable that runs all the way back here. So right here, when you're controlling your jacks, you can pull on this cable and it unlocks that hitch for you. So quick recap, again, this one's a 2018 Cimarron 3-horse side load, full rear tack, 13.2 Outlaw Pro Line conversion up front, jam-packed with options. We do fully service these through our shop. They get in alignment, they do that gen service. They're gonna service your slide out, all of your appliances. They're gonna run through your brakes, bearings, hubs, all that good stuff. I can send you that service report if you have any questions about what's been done to this trailer. It is spring, it's gonna be spring. It feels like spring is coming. You guys are gonna wanna hit the road in an LQ this summer. Travel, camping, horse shows, rodeo. This one's ready to go and it's very clean for a 2018. It is still available. If you have any questions, I would love to help you guys out. Your stock number to reference is 5U241402. And then my contact info is on my clipboard and also on your screen. You guys can please call or text me. My cell phone's 303-918-6367. My email, Michaela.Hall@transwest.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.